Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips MLB preview show for today, the 8th of July. Another crap night last night. We're back down to about 50 points profit. We keep yo-yoing. I know we're going to explode back over into three figures profit at some point. We're just treading water for the last week or two. Quite a lot of games to look at today, so I'm going to dive straight in. The Los Angeles Angels commenced their series in Baltimore against the Orioles today. The Angels have been hitting quite well in recent games, which alleviates fears about their offense and its sometimes poor performance. They do get a boost today by facing Ubaldo Jimenez, who has done well shutting down the lesser teams he's faced, such as the Kansas City Royals. I'm talking offensively because obviously the Royals are the champs, but they do struggle with the bats on occasion. Twice against the Padres as well. Whenever he comes up against the lineup of ability, he always seems to ship runs. He's conceded 5 runs on 6 occasions in his last 10 starts, including a 6-run performance against these Los Angeles Angels. Matt Shoemaker has been pitching really well, but the offense has let him down more than once. He had one of his best starts against the Orioles, pitching into the 8th inning, allowing 0 runs the other time he saw them this year. Baltimore have travelled back overnight from the West Coast for this game, while the Angels played an earlier game yesterday and had a shorter trip from Tampa as well, which could have an effect. We will play the Angels to beat the Baltimore Orioles, and we'll buy a couple of runs to -1.5 as well. The Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates get it on tonight. I was going to shy away from this game due to Pittsburgh playing quite well at the moment and the Cubs being in a bit of a down period in their season. But Arrieta's performances as well have not been as dominant as we've grown accustomed to expecting. But even taking all that into account, Arrieta destroys Pittsburgh, whether it be the wild card playing game last year or the 3 times he's beaten them this season. Francisco Liriano will pitch for Pittsburgh. He carries a 10.45 ERA in 2 losing efforts against the Cubs this season, so I'm almost obligated on the basis of that to play the Cubs -1.5 tonight. Seattle blew a lead late last night against the Kansas City Royals. They get another crack at the champs today. It's an intriguing matchup. Yordano Ventura against Hisashi Iwakuma. Both these pitchers have lacked for consistency this year. And in honesty, if the wrong one turns up today, this could end up looking a very silly play. That being said, on historical performance, Ventura is winless against Seattle. In 5 starts, he's 0-3 with a 4.34 ERA, and the Mariners do have plenty of lefty bats to get into him. While the light-hitting Royals have been shut down by Iwakuma in the past, he's 3-0 with a 1.61 ERA in 4 starts against them. Has been a couple of years since Iwakuma has faced these Royals, though, but it's enough for me to place the basis for a bet on Seattle to win this game tonight. Michael Wacha will pitch for St. Louis tonight. The enigma that is Michael Wacha. He was awful in May, going 0-5 in 6 starts with a 6.75 ERA. Is that the real Michael Wacha, or is it the far more solid pitcher from April and June? Despite his ERA of 9 in the ballpark in Milwaukee, St. Louis are finally away from having to answer questions about their rough home record. They can concentrate simply on winning baseball games, a habit that they have developed against the Milwaukee Brewers in recent years, and that they've continued this year, winning in 7 of 9 matchups between these division rivals. Wacha is 2-0 against Milwaukee this year, though both games were at Busch Stadium. He will be opposed by Jimmy Nelson, who has struggled recently after an excellent start to the year that was something of a mirage if you looked at the metrics. It's his 2nd consecutive start against the Cards. He allowed 3 runs, 2 earned at Busch on Saturday. That's the good news. The bad news, that was his best ever performance against St. Louis. So I'm going to look for Cards to feast on the week today. They're back on the road despite the injuries to Carpenter, Peralta and Moss. Look for Aledmys Diaz to lead the hitting in this game. He's been especially good against right-handed pitching, and I will take St. Louis on a run line. Our best result last night was the San Diego Padres beating the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Padres showed that they continue to excel against left-handed pitching. They face another one tonight in Scott Kazmir. He's allowed 5 runs the last time he faced San Diego, and he struggled throughout June with a 5.40 ERA in 5 June starts. He was better last time against the Rockies, pitching 6 shutout innings, but the Rockies are better against righties by quite some distance. San Diego will send in Andrew Cashner to the hill at Chavez Ravine today, Dodgers Stadium. Cashner was a hard luck loser the last time out. He allowed 1 earned run across 6 innings, but still still took the loss. He struggled his first start of the year, which was against the Dodgers, allowing 5 runs, but he has settled into a routine of pitching between 5 and 6 innings and allowing not more than 3 earned runs in the majority of his starts in the last couple of months. That could well be enough to hand over to a Padres bullpen that is well rested after the excellent outing by Pomeranz last night. I think this matchup is an awful lot closer than the prices suggest, so I'm going to take San Diego to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight as well. And finally, the Minnesota Twins will face the Texas Rangers. The Twins have been winning games, and after a fairly brutal run of road games for Texas, it appears maybe they are feeling the effects of that part of their schedule somewhat, as they've slipped their performance levels the last few days heading in towards the All-Star break. Kyle Gibson was victorious on Sunday in a matchup between him and Cole Hamels, who reopposes tonight. Gibson allowed 2 runs in 6 2/3 of solid ball, while Hamels was pulled after 4 innings, allowing all 5 runs in the 5-4 victory for the Twins. Minnesota continue to hit well, scoring double digits again against Texas last night. Hamels' ERA at home is almost double his number on the road at 3.99, despite a 3-1 record in 8 starts. The signs are there now that Gibson may be over his rough start to the year. He has pitched well in the main for 4 starts now, and I will take a chance at a decent price that Minnesota will win the second game of this series tonight as well and play the Minnesota Twins. That's what I've got for you today. Best of luck if you're having a play. I'll see you tomorrow. Play ball.